I call the member for Crisafulli.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, I rise to make my contribution on the budget debate for 2026-27. This budget builds on the fantastic work that the Crisafulli government has delivered across the state since being elected in October 2024. A large part of that work has been to remedy the damage caused by the decade in which the Labor allowed the fundamentals of government to deteriorate.
Members, as we move in and out of the House, could we just have some silence, please? Thank you.
A large part of that work has been to remedy the damage caused by a decade in which Labor allowed the fundamentals of government to deteriorate: community safety, access to health care, housing supply, cost of living pressures and the delivery of essential infrastructure. Queenslanders elected this government because they wanted these problems confronted honestly. They wanted fewer excuses, fewer announcements that led nowhere and more practical delivery. This budget is not a victory lap, it's the next stage of a long repair job. I spent more than 50 years working in the building and construction industry and learned when you take over a project that has been badly managed, you do not cover the cracks with a coat of paint and hopefully nobody notices. You inspect the damage, stabilise the foundations and establish a proper plan to get on with the work. This is exactly what the Crisafulli government have been doing since October 2024. We've been fixing the foundations of this state while continuing to deliver the services Queenslanders rely on every day. It shows that this government understands the difference between spending money and achieving results. Labor have always been very good at the former and desperately hopeless at the latter. When this government came to office, it uncovered the true state of Queensland finances. Under Labor, the 26-27 operating deficit would have been $9.2 billion. This budget delivers an improvement of nearly $3 billion. Total state debt is now forecasted to reach $2.165 billion at the end of the forward estimates in 29-30. Labor debt trajectory at the same point would have been $290 billion. That is the difference between responsibility and an opposition that still refuses to account for the mess they've left behind. In our first budget, every one of my election commitments for Crisafulli was funded. Work was advanced in the investigation of a future metro connection to Crisafulli. Planning for the duplication of the EGW Wood Bridge is now underway. Investigating the future of Leslie Harrison Dam, major projects to local schools and TAFE, and the new RSPCA Wildlife Hospital at Indigiscapes are funding for improved tools to combat motor vehicle theft. This budget continues that momentum. It delivers an overdue intersection upgrade on Moreton Bay Road at the Crisafulli Central Shopping Centre. This will help keep drivers safe on which is already a busy arterial road. It also provides critical investment into local schools and TAFE, including a $1.3 million for Alexandra Hills State High School for a new upgraded fire safety system to keep our kids safe.
Member for Morani. Thank you.
Further funding to schools around the electorate will ensure that the facilities can keep pace with the growing demands of local students and families. I'm also pleased to see that $11,000 has been delivered to support the brilliant work Crisafulli Meals on Wheels is doing for those vulnerable people in our communities when it need it most. We are also delivering the very first MRI machine at Redlands Hospital, ensuring that the residents of Redlands can keep access to world-class health services sooner and closer to home. Together, these investments show that Crisafulli and the broader Redlands are no longer being treated as an afterthought. Speaker, the people of Crisafulli elected me to be the advocate and to deliver practical outcomes. I will continue to push for safer communities, better transport, stronger local health services and the infrastructure our growing region deserves. This budget is another important step to that work. It is responsible, it is focused and it keeps Queensland moving in the right direction. Speaker, the Speaker has reviewed and approved the remainder of my speech for incorporation, and I ask that the remainder of my speech be incorporated in the record of proceedings.
Thank you.